Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Today I am going to discuss about JohnDonne, metaphysical poetry, characteristics of metaphysical poetry, what kind of poetry JohnDonne wrote. And so let's start. The first half of the 17th century has been dominated by a group of poets who have been called metaphysical poets. And so it was Dryden who first of all expressed the view that Donne affect the metaphysics. So Dr. Johnson described Donne and his followers as the metaphysical poet. According to Dr. Johnson, metaphysical poets were men of learning. They displayed an abundance of wit, combination of dissimilar images, and discovery of occult uh, resemblance in this apparently unlike they yoked together the most heterogeneous ideas, the most different ideas they have combined them. They ransacked nature and art for illustration and comparison and illusion. So, metaphysical poetry is quite different from the conventional past poetry. We can say Donne broke all the previous traditions of poetry writing and he set a new manifesto in the field of versification. Donne wrote two kinds of poetry, the love poems and the divine poems. So let's have a look at the characteristics of metaphysical poetry. What kind of a poetry is this? Donne's poetry as a whole has some characteristics which distinguish him from other poets, whether they are from present or past. His poetry is replete with far-fetched conceits, strange comparison, hyperbolic language, obscure allusion, dramatic monologue, far-fetched ideas, abundance of wit, emotional intellectuality, colloquial speeches, and the realistic approach in love dealing. And according to T.S. Eliot, he was a true and genuine poet who combined the feelings and emotion with intellectuality. So he is the only poet जो feelings और emotions को intellectuality में combine करता है. He uses far-fetched ideas, conceits, and his love and divine poems alike. For example, in Twickenham Garden, he says, and that this place may thoroughly be thought true paradise, and I have the serpent brought. Here is a quite resemblance with the paradise. So this garden is compared to the Garden of Eden, means it is compared with paradise where Adam and Eve were tempted by Satan to eat forbidden fruit tree, and here the poet is here just like a serpent, just a Satan tha in the form of jealousy. So his conceits are baffling, and and some of his poems uh, he uses conceit, and in the same poem he again says, uh, make me a mandrake so I may grown here. So, or a stone fountain weeping out my tear, hither with crystal walls lovers come and take my tears which are lovers wine. और here his conceit is again baffling. मैंड्रिक जो है इट इज़ अ प्लांट जो कि इसकी शक्ल ऐसी होती है कि उसकी रिजेम्बलेंस जो होती है ह्यूमन बीइंग से होती है थोड़ी बहुत, उसकी आर्म्स और फीट होते हैं, तो उसको यानी कि ह्यूमन बीइंग बना दिया उस प्लांट को, मैंड्रिक को। तो वो एक मैंड्रिक बनना चाहता है उसी पैराडाइस में, उसी जो गार्डन में जहाँ पे या फिर वो एक फाउंटेन में कन्वर्ट होना चाहता है, जिसमें से सारा दिन वो जो पानी निकलता है, तो वो पानी जो है उसका वो इट इज़ जस्ट लाइक हिज टीयर्स। तो फिर वो ये कह रहा है कि यहाँ पर लवर्स आएँ और वो शीशे की बॉटल्स में मेरे ये इस आंसुओं को लेके जाएं और अपनी लवर्स से कंपेयर करें, एंड दे विल कम टू नो अबाउट द डिफरेंस ऑफ देयर लवर्स बिलवेड टीयर्स और माइन एंड माइन टीयर्स। So, make me mandrake, so I may grow here, or a stone fountain weeping out my tears. Hither with crystal vials, lover, come and take my tears with our lover's wine, and try your mistress' tears at home. So, Donne was the king of using the obscure, hyperbolic, and complex language with fantastic fashion. And he again another way place uses hyperbolic language in the poem The Sun Rising, where his tone is very much argumentative with the sun. And here he says, she is all states and all princes I, nothing else. तो यहाँ पर बहुत ही हाइपरबोलिक लैंग्वेज यूज़ की गई है इन द पोम सनराइजिंग। एंड इन अनदर पोम ही अगेन राइट्स, ट्वाइस और थ्राइस आई हैड लव्ड दी बिफोर आई न्यू thy face or name. So his poetry shows his paradoxical quality of versification. Then love poems are divided into three strains. Number one, cynical love. Number two, Petrarchan concept of love. Number three, his Platonic concept of love or conjugal love. So in cynical love, we have example from a poem. In the poem Go Catch and Falling Star, he passes a very cynical remarks about a woman. If thou best born to strange sight, things invisible to see, thou when thou returns, will tell me all strange wonders that befell thee, and swear nowhere lives a woman true and fair. If thou best born to strange sight, things invisible to see, thou when thou returnest will tell me all strange wonders that befell thee, and swear nowhere lives a woman true and fair. अब यहाँ पे वो ये कहना चाहता है कि अगर आप ट्रैवल करें एक ऐसी स्ट्रेंज साइट पर एंड आपके साथ कोई स्ट्रेंज किस्म की चीज़ें हैपन हों और या फिर विच आर इनविजिबल टू ऑर्डिनरी पीपल, तो आई एम श्योर कि जब आप when you come back and tell me all your wonderful experiences, you will swear that you have never seen a woman honest and faithful in her love. So here his tone is quite cynical. So in Petrarchan concept of love, we have an example of so break off his last laminating kiss, which sucks two souls and vapors both away. And for his conjugal love, we have a or a platonic concept of love, uh, but things that we are but turned aside to sleep, they who one another keep alive, never parted be. So if we conclude Donne as a metaphysical poet, we can say Donne is a leader of metaphysical poetry or metaphysical school of thoughts. Due to his new and innovative, novel, and unconventional ideas, his poetry is not conventional like other poets. His is poetry is just like something new is coming. So, without any hesitation, we can conclude that Donne is a great poet as far as his own conventions are concerned, as we shall have to admit, Donne is a successful and impressive poet. As far as his love and divine poetry is concerned, as for his use of imagery and figurative language is concerned, he is a metaphysical poet